crossing of the staffs, which means that anybody that is not an officer above may come up to the podium. SHALAM, which means to Israel. Majum, which means to stand. GEN.YAHANNA, which means to turn and face the east. This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawu, Shabbat Shemayim, Kudash, I.S.U.P.K, Yahweh, Malakaka, Taba'ah, Ratazayaka, I.S.U.P.K, Baratazah, Kawul, Bashamayim, Nathan, Lanawu, Lakam, Ko, Yawam, Wasalakanawu, Wawawaknawu, Kasalaknawu, Wawawakinawu, Wala'at, Labayaynawu, Banasalawan, Abo, Hawashaynawu, Mayon, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wa'alu, Wadapar, Lawalamyum, Aman. The Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in the earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. Prayer for the Haka, or the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ukashai, Nathanahu, Hakak, La Rapa'ah, Kal Makala, Wakal Madawa, Hakak, La Tahar, Hamatazariah, Hakak, La Hakim, Hamathim, Hakak, Ar Wakawat, La Tama Allah, the Garshan, by Shem Yahushai, what Aman. Prayer for the power in the English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it. Pray for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatha Yahweh, wa Yahushai, Wam Yaka'ala, wa Ahayim, Matazabia, Alawap Yahanna, Ha'alawapim, Hazaranyim, Ha'kwatazayanyim, Ha'kayayim, wa Kwahyim, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, what Aman. For the blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahushai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yahanna, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Al-Ha'arim, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'ayim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayam, Waratazah, Al-Yathan, Lamawat, Ragolka, Al-Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yashan, Shalamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al, Yad, Yamyaka, Yawamum, Hashamash, La'a, Yakaka, Wayarak, Bayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makol, Ra, Yashamar, Atnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaka, Oaka, Ma'atha, Ba'ai, Awalam. Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al Damayah, Lakat, Al Thakarash, Wa'al, Lashakwat, Al Kayah, Hanah, Awayabyaka, Yahama, Yawan, Ra'ash, Al Imaka, Ya'arayamwa, Sawada, Wayatha, Yaitazawa, Al Tazapawanyaka, Amaro, Lakawa, Wanaki Dum, Mongolia, Wala'a, Yazakar, Sham, Yasha'ala, Iwata, Kaya, Nawaitazawa, Labat, Yakadwa, Al Yaka, Barya, Yakaratwa, Ahoya, Adawam, Wayashmai, Alayum, Moa'aba, Wagoria, Gubal, Wa'amuan, Wa'amalat, Falashah, Ain, Yeshabia, Tazawur, Gam, Ashawur, Nalawa, Imam, Ayawa, Zarawai, Labanya, Lawat, Selah, Aisha, Laham, Madian, Kasa Yasura, Kayabin, Barakaol, Kayashaman, Nashamadwa, Bayan Da'ara, Hayawa, Daman, La Dama, Shayatamwa, Nara, Yamawa, Kaira, Wakaza'aba, Wakazabak, Wakatazal, Manai, Call, Nasayakamwa, Ashar, Amaro, Nairashah, Lanawa, Nawa, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagogola, Kakwash, Lapanya, Rawaka, Kaash, Dabaira, Yaira, Wakalahaba, Dalahat, Haryum, Khan, Dardatma, Basairika, Wabasa, Wapatka, Tabahalam, Mala'a, Hanyaham, Walawan, Wayabakashwa, Shimka, Yahweh, Yabashwa, Wayabawa, Idea, Ai, Wayaparwa, Wayabadwa, Wayadaiwa, Kaya, Adha, Shimka, Yahweh, Labatka, Al Yawan, Al, Call, Al Ratza. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thou silence, O my power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O my power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gebal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre, A sword also is drawn with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Say, Lot, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like a Reb, and like Zeeb, yea, all their princes, as Zeba, and as Dalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempests, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Yahweh. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. Prayer for the curses in English. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now, right now, send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Posse Comitazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space programs, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airwaves, the cable access channels, and the radio channels. Commit the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, always, so be it. Sar, please return. Is Shavia, which means to be seated. We're going to be in the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 9 and verse 3. The Blue Letter Bible. So it's 1 Samuel chapter 9 and verse 3. Wa Abadan. Ha'atanwath, Lakoyash, Abaya, Shawal, Oyamor, Oyash, All, Shawal, Banwa, Quack, Na, Athak, Ah, Akkad, Manirium, Wakuwan, Lak, Wakwash, Ah, Hathanah, verse 4, Waya Ibar, Bahar, Baparim, Waya Ibar, Baratuza, Shalash, Wala'ah, Matazawa, Wa Yaibarwa, Baratuza, Sha'alim, Wayan, Waya Ibar, Baratuza, Yamayanya, Wala'ah, Matazawa. Verse 5. Hama, Bawa, Barataza, Hazawat, Washawal, Amar, Lanairawu, Ashar, Amawu, Laka, Wa Nashawaba, Pam, Yakadal, Abaya, Man, Ha Athana, Saki, Athnawath, Walaag, Now, verse 6, Oyamar, Lawu, Hana, Na, Ayash, Alahayam, Bayor, Haza'ah, Wa Hayash, Nakabad, Call, Ashar, Yadabar, Bawa, Yabawa, Aitha, Nalaka, Sham, Arwalia, Yagayad, Lunawu, Ah, Darak Nawu, Ashar, Halaknaw, Alya, verse 7, Uyamar, Shawwal, Lanairaw, Wahana, Nalak, Wama, Nabaya, Laayash, Kaya, Halakam, Azor, Mukoyamwa, Watashwa, Ayan, Lamaya, Laayash, Ha Alahayim, Ma, Atanwa, verse 8, Oyasa, Hanaira, Linawat, Ah, Shawwal, Oyamar, Ana, Namatazah, Bayadya, Rabbi, Shaqual, Asap, Wanathathia, Laayash, Ha Alahayim, Wahagayad, Nawu, Ah, Derak Nawu, verse 9, Lapanya, it's like it, Lapanyam, Ba Yasha'al, Ka, Amor, Hayash, Laktawu, Ladarwa, Alhayam, Lakawu, Wanalak, Ai, Hara, Kaya, Lanabaya, Hayawam, Yakora, Lapanyam, Hara. I cut that up. I get it in English. I get it in English. This is the book of 1 Samuel chapter 9, verse 3 in English. And the asses of Kish, Saul's father, were lost. And Kish said to Saul his son, Take now one of the servants with thee, and arise, go seek the asses. Verse 4. And he passed through Mount Ephraim, and passed through the land of Shalisha, but they found them not. And they passed through the land of Shalim, and there they were not. And he passed through the land of the Benjamites, but they found them not. Verse 5. And when they were come to the land of Zuph, Saul said to his servant that was with him, Come and let us return, lest my father leave caring for the asses, and take thought for us. Verse 6. And he said unto him, Behold,
Now there is in this city a man of God, and he is an honorable man. All that he saith cometh surely to pass. Now let us go thither. Peradventure he can show us our way that we should go. Verse 7. Then said Saul to his servant, But behold, if we go, what shall we bring the man? For the bread is spent in our vessels, and there is not a present to bring to the man of God. What have we? Verse 8. And the servant answered Saul again and said, Behold, I have here at hand the fourth part of a shekel of silver, that will I give to the man of God to tell us our way. Verse 9. Before time in Israel, when a man went to inquire of God, thus he spake, Come and let us go to the seer, for he that is now called our prophet was before time called a seer. Verse 10. Then said Saul to his servant, Well said, come, let us go. So they went unto the city where the man of God was. Verse 11. And as they went up the hill to the city, they found young maidens going out to draw water, and said unto them, Is the seer here? Verse 12. And they answered them and said, He is. Behold, he is before you. Make haste now, for he came today to the city. For there is a sacrifice of the people today in the high place. Verse 13. As soon as ye be come into the city, ye shall straightway find him, before he go up to the high place to eat. For the people will not eat until he come, because he doth bless the sacrifice, and afterwards they eat that be bidden. Now therefore get you up, for about this time ye shall find him. 14. And they went up into the city, and when they were come into the city, behold, Samuel came out against them, for to go up to the high place. Verse 15. Now the Lord had told Samuel had told Samuel in his ear a day before Saul came, saying, 16. Tomorrow about this time I will send thee a man out of the land of Benjamin, and thou shalt anoint him to be captain over my people Israel, that he may save my people out of the hand of the Philistines. For I have looked upon my people, because their cry is come unto me. Verse 17. And when Samuel saw Saul, the Lord said unto him, Behold, the man whom I spake to thee of, this same shall reign over my people. 18. Then Saul drew near to Samuel in the gate, and said, Tell me, I pray thee, where the seer's house is. 19. And Samuel answered Saul and said, I am the seer. Go up before me unto the high place, for ye shall eat with me today, and tomorrow I will let thee go, and will tell thee all that is in thine heart. 20. And as for thine asses that were lost 3 days ago, set not thy mind on them, for they are found, and on whom is all the desire of Israel. Is it not on thee and on all thy father's house? 21. And Saul answered and said, Am not I a Benjamite, the smallest of the tribes of Israel? And my family the least of all the families of the tribe of Benjamin? Wherefore then speakest thou so to me? Verse 22. And Samuel took Saul and his servant, and brought them into the parlor, and made them sit in the chiefest place among them that were bidden, which were about 30 persons. 23. And Samuel said unto the cook, Bring the portion which I gave thee, of which I said unto thee, set it by thee. 24. And the cook took up the shoulder and that which was upon it, and set it before Saul. And Samuel said, Behold, that which is left, set it before thee, and eat. For unto this time hath it been kept for thee, since I said, I have invited the people. So Saul did eat with Samuel that day. 25. And when they were come down from the high place into the city, Samuel communed with Saul upon the top of the house. 26. And they arose early, and it came to pass about the spring of the day that Samuel called Saul to the top of the house, saying, Up, that I may send thee away. And Saul arose, and they went out, both of them, he and Samuel abroad. 27. And as they were going down to the end of the city, Samuel said to Saul, Bid the servant pass on before us. And he passed on. But stand thou still a while, that I may show thee the word of God. 1 Samuel chapter 10 and verse 1. Then Samuel took a vial of oil and poured it upon his head, and kissed him, and said, Is it not because the Lord hath anointed thee to be captain over his inheritance? Verse 2. When thou art departed from me today, then thou shalt find 2 men by Rachel's sepulchre on the border of Benjamin at Zelzah, and they will say unto thee, The asses which thou wentest to seek are found, and lo, thy father hath left the care of the asses and sorroweth for you, saying, What shall I do for my son? Verse 3. Then shalt thou go on forward from thence, and thou shalt come to the plain of Tabor, and there shall meet thee 3 men going up to God to Bethel, one carrying 3 kids, and another carrying 3 loaves of bread, and another carrying a bottle of wine. Verse 4. And they will salute thee and give thee 2 loaves of bread, which thou shalt receive of their hands. Verse 5. After that thou shalt come to the hill of God, where is the garrison of the Philistines, and it shall come to pass, when thou art come thither to the city, that thou shalt meet a company of prophets coming down from the high place with a psaltery and a tabret and a pipe and a harp before them, and they shall prophesy. Verse 6. And the Spirit of the Lord will come upon thee, and thou shalt prophesy with them, and shalt be turned into another man. Verse 7. And let it be, when these signs are come unto thee, that thou do as occasion serve thee, for God is with thee. Verse 8. And thou shalt go down before me to Gilgal, and behold, I will come down unto thee to offer burnt offerings, and to sacrifice sacrifices of peace offerings. It's like 7 days shalt thou tarry, till I come to thee, and show thee what thou shalt do. Verse 9. And it was so, that when he had turned his back to go from Samuel, God gave him another heart, and all those signs came to pass that day. Verse 10. And when they came thither to the hill, behold, a company of prophets met him, and the Spirit of God came upon him, and he prophesied among them. 11. And it came to pass, when all that knew him before time saw that, behold, he prophesied among the prophets, and the people said one to another, What is this that is come unto the son of Kish? Is Saul also among the prophets? Verse 12. And one of the same place answered and said, But who is their father? Therefore it became a proverb, Is Saul also among the prophets? Verse 13. And when he had made an end of prophesying, he came to the high place. 14. And Saul's uncle said unto him and to his servant, Whither went ye? And he said, To seek the asses. And when we saw that they were nowhere, we came to Samuel. 15. And Saul's uncle said, Tell me, I pray thee, what Samuel said unto you. 16. And Saul said unto his uncle, He told us plainly that the asses were found, but of the matter of the kingdom whereof Samuel spake, he told him not. 17. And Samuel called the people together unto the Lord to Mizpeh. 18. And said unto the children of Israel, Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, I brought up Israel out of Egypt, and delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians, and out of the hand of all kingdoms, and of them that oppressed you. 19. And ye have this day rejected your God, who himself saved you out of all your adversities and your tribulations. And ye have said unto him, Nay, but set a king over us. Now therefore present yourselves before the Lord by your tribes and by your thousands. 20. And when Samuel had caused all the tribes of Israel to come near, the tribe of Benjamin was taken. 21. When he had caused the tribe of Benjamin to come near by their families, the family of Matri was taken, and Saul the son of Kish was taken. And when they sought him, he could not be found. Verse 22. Therefore they inquired of the Lord further, if the man should yet come thither. And the Lord answered, Behold, he hath hid himself among the stuff. 23. And they ran and fetched him thence. And when he stood among the people, he was higher than any of the people, from his shoulders and upward. 24. And Samuel said to all the people, See ye him whom the Lord hath chosen, that there is none like him among all the people. And all the people shouted and said, God save the king. You understand? I know it's a lot of verses we just went over. You understand? Due to a short amount of time it is that we have today, we ain't gonna be able to go, deep into the scriptures. But if you tune in Monday for the history class, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern time, you understand? We're going over the book of 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel, and you can get a more in-depth breakdown of these scriptures right here. Understand? But with that said, just remember Napoleon by Majum, which means to stand. SHALAM, which means to Israel. Majum, which means to stand. GEN.YAHANNA, which means to turn, face the east. This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawu, Shabbat Kodash, I.S.U.P.K, Yahweh, Malakaka, Laba'a, Razayah, I.S.U.P.K, Baratazah, Kawor, I.S.U.P.K, Bashamayim, Nathani, Lanawu, Lakam, Ko, Yawam, Wasalakanawu, Wawawatnawu, Kasalaknawu, Wawawatnawu, Wala'a, Kabayaynawu,
Manasaya one, Abol, Awashayanaw, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Luka, Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, with the part, Lumyum, Aman, Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and glory forever. So be it. Pray for the Hakak or the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, Bokashah, Netanyahu, Hakak, La Rapa'ah, Call Makalah, Wukal Madawa, Hakak, La Tahar, Hamatazarayim, Hakak, La'akim, Amakim, Hakak, Al Rakawat, Natama'ala, Lagarashan, by Hashem Yahushai, the water Amat. For the power in English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it. From the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatha Yahweh, wa Yahushai, Wam Yaka Allah, Alahayim, Matazabia, Alawapyahan, Alawapyam, Hazaranyam, Aquadazayanyam, Akayayam, Waquatim, Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, the water Almighty. Blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahushai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yahanna, the generals, captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayunya, Al-Hori, Mayan, Yabah, Azari, Naim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shamayam, Warataza, Al-Yatan, Lamawat, Burgoka, Al-Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yashun, Shalomar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazolka, Al, Yad, Yomyaka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal, Rai, Yashamar, Abnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'aka, Wa'aka, Ma'aita, Wa'ai, Arulam. Psalms 121 in English. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, all Damayah, Lakah, all Thakarash, all Tashakwat, all Hayah, Hanan, Awayabyaka, Ya'ama, Yawan, Rahash, Al-Imaka, Ya'aryamwa, Sawada, Wiyatha, Ya'itazua, Al-Tazapawanyaka, Amaro,
Lakawa, Wanaki Dum, Lugolia, Walaa, Yazakar, Sham, Yashala, Kawada, Kaya, Nawaitala, Labat, Yukawa, Al Yaka, Baryat, Yakarathwa, Aholia, Arawam, Wishmai, Alayum, Moab, Bulgaria, Bubal, Raimor, Raimalak, Palashai, Ain, Yeshabi, Tazawar, Gam, Ashawar, Nalawai, Haimum, Hayawai, Larawai, Labunya, Lawai, Selah, Aisha, Laham, Kamadia, Kasayasara, Kayabi, Banako, Kayashawan, Nashamadwa, but it's like it. But I am the Ara, Hayawa, the Mun, La Dama, Shayadamu, Nara, Yamawu, Taira, Wagazabu, Wagazabak, Wagazazol, Manai, Call, Nasayakamwa, Ashar, Amaru, Nayurashah, Lanawa, Nagawa, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shayat Ummo, the Roller, the Quash, the Panya, the Loka, Kaash, the Lyra, Yaira, Wakalaba, Alaha, Haryam, Khan, Dardapma, Masaira, Masa, Upaka, Dabalam, Mala'a, Punyam, Walawan, Wakashwa, Shimka, Yahweh, Yabashwa, Wayabawa, Aidi, Ai, Wakapara, Wayabadwa, Wayadaiwa, Kaya, Ata, Shimka, Yahweh, Labatka, Al Yawan, Al, Call, Ratazah, Psalms 83 in English. Keep not thou silence, O my power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O my power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, the Wall, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Selah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like a Reb, and like Zeeb. Yea, all their princes as Zeba, and as Zalmunna, who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. Hold my power, make them like a wheel, as a stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Yahweh. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. Prayerfully curses in the English. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school, and evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel, that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary, and evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the Edomites, and the nations, and their drug dealers, the court system, prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek, synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Posse Comitazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space programs, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airways, the cable access channels, and the radio channels, but with the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahushua, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all, that is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, always, so be it. Sorry, your turn. Salute to the brothers watching online, men of Israel. Imagine Shabbat, imagine Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatum, Yom Tov. Salute to the sisters watching online, men of Israel. Imagine Shabbat, imagine Barak, Yahweh Shemar Al Thum by Shem Yahushua, Yom Tov. This concludes the I.S.U.P.K Indianapolis Sabbath service.